Gemini may look like just another AI chatbot, but it offers several unique features that make it very different from ChatGPT and Claude, especially if you already use Google apps like Gmail, Drive, Docs, and YouTube. In this video, I'm going to give you a complete Gemini Masterclass. We'll go from basics through to the most advanced features with practical examples that will level up your Google Gemini usage to a whole new level. And are you thinking of getting the Pro subscription? I'll explain the difference as well. So let's get started. Okay, we all know that Gemini is the AI chat assistant from Google. There are three most common ways to access it: the web, phone app, or desktop app. You can access Gemini from the web by going to gemini.google.com on browsers like Safari or Google Chrome. Using Gemini on Chrome has one advantage. Whenever you're on a browser researching for something, you have an Ask Gemini tab on the top right corner. You can click on it and ask questions about the site that you're currently in. You can also download the Gemini desktop app. On Mac, the biggest advantage is convenience. You can quickly open Gemini from anywhere using a keyword shortcut. Option plus space. You get this floating chat for quick entry without interrupting what you're already doing. And then there is the mobile app, which is ideal when you're away from your computer. You can type or speak to Gemini, upload photos, and use Gemini Live for a natural back and forth voice conversation. When you open the app on your desktop, as usual, you have two sections: the sidebar and the main chat window. In the sidebar, you have the option to create a new chat. Under that, there is a library where you can go through all the images, videos, and documents that you have generated so far. And then there is the notebook section where you can create different notebooks for different topics. It's similar to projects in ChatGPT and Claude. Finally, there is this chat history. This contains all of your previous chats. In the main view, there is a chat box, which is where you ask any question and Gemini will respond to you. Let's say, for example, I'll type, "I'm drafting an email to my manager asking for a 2-day vacation," in a polite tone. And I will also be out of the connectivity starting this Monday. As soon as you enter, Gemini will very neatly draft a nice email message, which you can simply copy using this button and paste it in your email app. If I want, I can even copy a previous email, paste it first, then enter a blank line using Shift plus Enter, and then say, "Respond to this email saying I am unavailable during the requested days," in a very polite manner. Gemini will understand the original email and draft a message exactly like how I would want. I can ask follow-up questions or even ask to make modifications in the same chat. I can ask Gemini to write anything, ask any common general knowledge questions like who won the FIFA World Cup, or give me a suggestion for a nice vegetarian restaurant near Seattle with nice ambience. It's super smart and always polite. So ask anything that you want and it'll answer nicely without any judgment. Just click on a new chat button to start another new chat whenever needed. Now, this is an important thing to know. Gemini chat may look like you're chatting with one person behind the scenes, but there are multiple personalities behind the different levels of expertise. For example, if you tap here, you can see options like 3.5 Flash Lite, 3.6 Flash, or 3.1 Pro. These are different AI models of Gemini. Anything with a name Pro is the smartest. Flash, like the name represents, is the faster one, less smart than the Pro. And Flash Lite, as fast as Flash model, but even less smart. So depending on your problem or level of complexity of the question, pick the best model for your needs. Now, you can think, why not pick the smartest model all the time? Well, the smartest model costs more money to run than the less smart models. For example, let's say you bought a paid subscription. And if you use the Pro model, it may answer you for 20 questions before it says that you have used up your quota. while a Flash model can answer you 100 questions before you use up the same quota. And Flashlight, even more. You can select which Gemini model you want to use depending on how smart, thorough, and accurate you want the answers to be. This is in fact the biggest difference between the free tier and the paid tier usage. On the topic of tiers, let me show you the cost of using Gemini. Basically, there are 3 tiers: free, pro, and ultra. The main difference between each of these plans is how many questions or usage you can get out of Gemini in a certain timeline. For example, in a 4-hour window, a free tier may answer 10 questions in 3.1 Pro model, maybe 100 questions in the Pro plan using the Pro model, and maybe 1,000 questions in the Ultra plan using the smartest Pro model. These limits keep changing as per their actual usage, but you get the idea. More money, more usage. Now, there are other perks that Google is giving with these paid plans as well, like free Google Drive storage, video creation, and more. Recently, Google also released a mid-tier plan called Plus Plan, which sits in between on the usage, but you don't need to immediately pay for Gemini. I would recommend starting with the free tier, trying the different features, and then upgrading only when you regularly run into limits or need to work with a very large file and longer projects. Apart from regular chatting, the free tier also gives you access to several major Gemini features. You can upload and analyze files, connect supported Google apps, create customized gems, use Canvas, generate presentations, create quizzes and flashcards, produce audio overviews, generate images, and even use deep research. I'll show you all of these features one by one. On the topic of AI improving productivity, I want to quickly showcase my very own AI-powered task management iOS app. It's called the Ango Tasks. Many of you have used Ango Tasks and provided useful feedback. For those who haven't tried, it's available in iOS App Store. Please give it a try and share your feedback. The latest version has an upgraded, elegant, and clean UI. It has all the necessary features that you would expect from a task management app, like easy task creation, due date and time notifications, folder management, subtasks, notes, attachments, and a lot more. But today, I want to showcase its AI features that will improve your productivity significantly. And these AI features is what makes the Ango Tasks different from other task apps. To start off, it has natural language task parsing. So simply type in natural language with date, time, priority, and every detail will be extracted. Have a bunch of tasks or even list of items as text in messages or email? Simply paste the whole text and Ango Tasks will extract every single task or item and create a beautiful task list for you. Have a whiteboard, screenshot, or even a sticky note with task notes on them? Simply take a photo and Ango Tasks will fetch all the tasks and convert them into lists. Even better, simply talk in your natural language of the list of items to get done. Your tasks will be extracted and beautifully organized. It can plan your day, two-way sync with Google Calendars, import existing reminders from Apple Reminders, and a lot more features. Give it a try. I'm sure you will not just love it, but also improve your productivity. Link to download the app in the description below. Now let's talk about some of the Gemini's most useful features. The first feature I want to show you is Gemini's image and video generation. Let's start with images. Gemini does an excellent job of creating brand new images from a simple text prompt. For example, I could ask it to generate a futuristic city at sunset with flying cars in a cyberpunk style, or a cozy mountain cabin during winter with snow falling outside. And the results are often beautiful and highly detailed. It does a great job of understanding the style, lighting, and overall composition that I'm looking for. The images generated in the free tier and the pro are almost the same. I see not much of a difference there. Generating new image is one functionality, but you can give it your own image and ask it to make modifications. For example, I'll upload a photo of my house and ask it to repaint the walls, replace the furniture, add a few plants, and keep everything else exactly the same. Gemini will so easily show you fully redesigned room of how it would actually look like. Very easy to make decisions before spending the money. You can tweak the lighting, remove elements in a photo, and a lot more. Now, to be honest, I prefer image editing capabilities of ChatGPT more, especially with retaining faces, but Gemini is good enough for most part. Now let's talk about video generation, because this is another feature that's really impressive. You simply describe the video that you want and Gemini creates it for you. For example, you could ask for a drone shot flying through a misty forest at sunrise. Or a close-up of a robot assembling itself inside a futuristic laboratory. It's a fantastic way to create B-roll, concept videos, or visuals for presentations without needing expensive editing software or stock footage. The best part is that you can try these features for free. The Gemini web and mobile apps include a generous free tier for image generation and editing, and developers can also experiment through Google AI Studio before moving to a paid plan. The video generated is such good quality too. The next feature I want to show you is to create music. I can simply describe the kind of music that I want and Gemini generates it in seconds. For example, I can ask for an upbeat background track. Free tier tracks are generally around 30 seconds long per prompt. Longer 3 minutes generation is available only on the paid plans like Gemini Advanced. If I have something more specific in mind, I can describe the mood, instruments, tempo, or style to fine-tune the results. Once the music is generated, I can listen to it, make changes if needed, and then save it. The best part is that the music is royalty-free. That means you can use it in your YouTube videos, Instagram Reels, or other content and monetize your videos without worrying about copyright claims. In fact, the background music you're listening to right now was generated entirely by Gemini. You can generate up to 10 music tracks per day on the free tier, and your limit resets daily at midnight. Now, think of just the image, video, and music generation features. Just with free tier, you can create multiple Instagram Reels and Shorts so easily. Tutorials, explainer videos, all so easy. Okay, this is where Gemini really stands from the rest of the competition, and honestly, one of the primary reasons if you're choosing to go with Google Gemini over ChatGPT or Copilot or Claude. It's the Google ecosystem integration. Since Gemini is built by Google, Gemini works seamlessly with services like Gmail, Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Calendar, Google Maps, even Google Search. Instead of switching between different apps, you can simply ask Gemini that involves multiple of these things in one go. Let me show you an example. I'm going to open a new chat and say, read my latest email from Gautam about the dinner reservation. Check my Google Calendar to see if the suggested time works for me and if I have other events at the same time. If my calendar is free, respond to Gautam saying the time works and I'll meet him soon. Else, respond saying I am unavailable and suggest a time that is free on my calendar closest to the suggested time. And finally, tell me the driving directions from Redmond to the restaurant. And also, add this restaurant to my restaurant list docs in Google Docs. Now, think of how many steps are involved here and how many different apps it needs to involve to do what I asked for. Gmail, my calendar, Google Search, Google Docs. Gemini is able to so seamlessly work across all these apps and complete what I asked for. All I have to do is review it and hit send without ever opening Gmail. It works just as well with Google Drive. If I have a long PDF or document, I can ask Gemini to summarize it, explain specific sections, or answer questions about it without having to search through the file myself. You can also use it with Google Calendar. For instance, I can ask schedule a meeting with Sarah next Tuesday at 2 p.m. for 1 hour. And Gemini creates the calendar event for me. If you're already invested in Google's ecosystem, this is one of Gemini's biggest strengths and something that really sets it apart from many other AI assistants. The next feature is Canvas. Canvas is a separate workspace inside Gemini where you can create and edit documents, presentations, websites, apps, and code. To use it, select Canvas from the plus menu and describe what you want to create. For example, I can ask Gemini to create a simple family chore tracker with tasks, checkboxes, and a progress bar. Gemini generates a working version that I can test directly inside Canvas even without knowing how to code. I can then continue giving instructions like add a weekly reset button, change the design, or let me add new tasks. And Gemini updates it instantly. I can create one for my weekly workflow or anything that needs organization from my end. Canvas is also useful for writing. You can create a report or article, highlight a specific section, and ask Gemini to rewrite, shorten, or improve it. Once it's ready, you can export the content to Google Docs or turn it into a presentation or quiz. Canvas is available on the free tier, and it's one of the Gemini's most useful features for turning a simple idea into something interactive and usable. Just remember that these are all possible in the free version of Google Gemini itself. There are a lot more features that I need to show you, like notebooks, personal intelligence, gems, scheduling actions automatically, and a lot more. Those will come as part 2 of this video, so subscribe to make sure that you don't miss it when it drops very soon. I'll catch you in the next one. This is Sanjana. Bye-bye.